This is Matt Hoots with SawHorse, the sign of renovation in your neighborhood. And one of our clients is considering replacing their windows that are currently double hung with some casement windows. I'm here at the Marvin showroom in Buckhead, Georgia. This is in Atlanta. And I've got Peter Deal with me. He's one of the local experts on Marvin Windows. Can you tell me a little about the types of windows that they should consider for their house and the benefits of those windows?
Certainly. From my understanding, Matt, it is a sunroom type scenario.
That is correct.
A lot of people are doing that, converting the double hungs to casements for better view. You don't have that unsightly check rail that you have there that blocks the view. You want clear openings, and we have a lot of people doing that. And that's typically a good application for casements. Being in a sunroom. Probably the best products for your application is going to be the Integrity line. The Integrity line has two styles of casements. One is with a wood interior, as Matt's panning over, you'll see. Those are standard sizes only, but they have a nice wood, stained grade wood interior. That's called our Wood Ultrex. And then you have what's called All Ultrex. It's a brand new casement line. Is customizable to the opening. So we're able to maximize the opening. It has a little bit thinner style and rail, which, just for purposes of the video here, this is your style and rail, okay? And the thinner it is, the more visible daylight you have, the more sun, more view you're gonna have.
That's gonna be perfect. Going from a double hung to a casement window, taking out that middle bar and also going with a thinner rail and style. Can you also show us how the casement windows that you have work? Because I believe you've got, if you're hanging blinds and you're trying to do some window dressings on the inside, your hardware is actually nicely tucked away, so it doesn't get in the way of this. Can you demonstrate that?
Unlike a lot of casements that are more recessed into the opening, ours is a little bit more pushed out, which allows our crank to not be in the line of where a blind would come down in, so it doesn't hit it. So it allows you to have the blind features that you want, whether it's Venetian or what have you, and not have the unsightly stoppage, which typically happens on a blind. It'll hit right here. You'll see it on the bottom, whereas it's actually going to go right here. So it's a great added benefit. Both the Wood Ultrex and the All Ultrex are going to have that. They're both more pushed out versus recessed in. But the operation is fairly simple. Now it's in the lock position, but it's a multi-point lock system. So as you disengage it, it disengages all the locks, and then you just uncrank it out. Dual arm operator, both head and foot supports, so it minimizes and eliminates any type of sagging that might occur.
And that is unique because most casement windows only have a single point, correct?
Most casements actually hinge from right here, the pivot point, right where my finger is. Mm-hmm. And then they have a single arm operator where this is a dual arm operator, okay? So what happens is that all of the weight is just being supported, of this sash being supported on this arm. And if they're not using a strong arm, you're gonna get sag, and that sash is gonna slowly lower, and as you, with some competitors that do that, as you're cranking it, you have to lift it up in order for it to close. Well, that's not what we want, so we have supports both on the top, which does help keep that window up, as well as dual arm on the bottom. So you get a stronger, tighter window. These windows are design pressure 50. All you need to know about that is that it's basically commercial rated. The thing can be in a high rise.
Now, one of the things that we're hearing these days, especially with people's budgets are kind of tight, is looking at windows that are Energy Star. Can you tell us a little bit about the tax credits that you get when using these windows?
Absolutely. Well, a $1,500 tax credit. That's good until December 31st. And the requirements for that is what we call the 30-30 rule. Your solar heat gain coefficient and your U value, which is basically the insulated value of the window, need to be at 0.30. The casements meet that in all respects. All of Integrity windows are Energy Star qualified, so really, really benefits you as far as a homeowner, both in your pocketbook from a tax standpoint and from a energy consumption standpoint. So over time, you're going to see that savings in probably the heating and cooling of that space.
Well, thank you very much, Peter, and we look forward to installing these windows in our client's house.
Absolutely.